it's Julia. So today I'm doing types of people at school because I feel like there's so many types of people at school that we all should address. So I'm sorry if you're one of these people and you feel offended, but just keep being you because I'm just giving my opinion on them. So let's get started. Number 1, the slow walkers. These people are so slow in the hallway. I don't really understand why, but usually you can weave around them to go to your next class and be like, well, I'm going here, so if you want to stay back there and keep walking in slow motion, then you do you. You do you. But please let us just weave around you and get to our class that's down the hall 2 centimeters away, because they walk like this. The slow walkers, they're so slow. They walk like this. Yeah, they walk like slugs, snails, turtles, whichever one of them is slowest, that's how they walk. They walk exactly like that. They are so slow. They feel the need to go in slow motion to their classes for some reason, and no one knows why. We just want to go fast, get to the next class, but they just want to go so slow and wait it out. But, if you feel that way, then just keep doing you. Okay, number 2, the hall blockers. Hall blockers and slow walkers are very different. Slow walkers only go slow, and you can usually, weave around them. But the hall blockers, they're different. They are slow blockers with, an entourage that spreads out across the hallway and just I'm going to take over the hallway. Yeah, that's how they are. They feel the need to take over the entire hallway so no one can get past them. This is the hall blockers, and this is you. Okay, so you're like, oh, maybe I can just get past them. No, nowhere to go, because you can't get past them. You just have to wait it out. They're slow walking, and just wait the entire thing out until they get to their classes, or you finally get to yours. That's how it goes in the hallway with hall blockers. Okay, so number 3, these are the cool kids. I think that every school has them, because these are the people who think they are so cool, and they just do really stupid things, and no one really understands them and stuff. It's really odd, and they usually have this ginormous group of people who think that they're so cool, and they're really not, and everyone just looks at them you are really I don't even know how to explain you. You're just different. No, I'm kidding. That's not how we are. But that's how people feel they're just being jerks, because they think they're so cool, so much better than everyone else. So, if you think that you're a cool kid, please change it, because that's not cool. It really isn't. A lot of people don't like that. So anyways, going on to number 4. These are the smarties. Smarties are the people who are just so smart. Not just necessarily being smart, because there's many people who are just smart. But these are the people who are overdoing it with the smartness. The people who you can ask them a simple question oh, how's your day been? And they'll answer like this. Oh, well, Einstein told me that this is the scientific term for your elbow and all this stuff, and they'll give you this long paragraph of scientific details that answers how their day is going. All you want for them to say is, oh yeah, it's going good, or yeah, I'm fine. Stuff like that. But no, they give you this long paragraph that tells you every single step of their day in a scientific explanation. And we don't really want that. But if you're one of those people, then keep being smart, because smart is good. Okay, number 5. These are the advanced wannabes. The people who are in non-advanced classes, but they really want to be in advanced classes, although they're still failing their non-advanced classes. So they could be over here with their friends and being like, oh my gosh, I don't understand why I am not in advanced classes. Like, I'm so smart. I don't really know. And then they'll go over to this one other friend that they have sitting in the corner. They'll go over to them and be like, oh my gosh, my classes are so hard. I'm so happy that I'm not in advanced classes. But, like, all the awesome people are in advanced classes, so I really want to be in there. But I'm still getting, like, 70s in my non-advanced classes, but I think I'm smart enough to be in advanced classes. Like, what? That doesn't even make any sense. So, if you're not in advanced classes, then, like, I don't know. Like, you're just not in advanced classes. But, like, I mean, really, it's just how you are. Like, if you really do deserve to be in advanced classes, then you do, and you can talk about that. But if you're in non-advanced classes and you really don't want to be in advanced classes just because your friends are in advanced classes, then don't tell everyone that you want to, because that's not being you. You just have to be you at school, and hopefully, you'll have friends who accept you at some point. So that's my advice, just be you. Number 6. Non-advanced advanced people. These are the people who are in advanced classes and they just really, really don't need to be. The people who are in advanced classes but they don't work out problems, they don't know how to do a lot of things, they don't catch on. The people who you think don't deserve to be in advanced classes, but they still are. So that's how non-advanced kids are. Like, they just aren't, you don't think they're advanced, but they are. So it's, really different. Number 7. These are the invisible kids. The invisible kids are the ones who they typically sit in the back of the class and don't say a word during the class, but do all of their work. They do all of it so well and stuff, but they never raise their hand. They don't talk to anyone. They might talk to one friend or 2 friends or something like that, but usually they just sit in the back of the class and do all the right work and everything like that. They don't usually talk to people or raise their hand in class or do anything like that. But, sometimes invisible kids are good because those are the kids who work the hardest and try to do all of their work really good. So, if you have an invisible kid in your class, you could try to get to know them, so maybe they would teach you how to do better work, or you can just let them be because they're doing really good in their classes. Number 8. These are the new friends. Now, what usually happens with this is when grades go on, or mostly when you move to a new school, from elementary school to middle school or middle school to high school. So there's obviously going to be new people in that new school, more than just moving grades. So this usually happens when you go with so you have a group of friends in your elementary school, and then you'll go to middle school, and that group of friends will come with you. But there will be more people, which means some of those people in that group of friends are going to get new friends. And that's really hard for some people because they feel oh, well, they were my friend first, so that new group of friends just needs to back off. But then there's other people who just try to understand. They try to be well, if they go and get new friends, they're still kind of talking to me, so it kind of works out. But really, you just need to find a balance between that one friend. You don't need to make them choose because that is really hard for the person in the middle. So you just need to find a balance between those new friends and you. And let the person that's in the middle, let them just, be them. And if they want to go out with those new friends instead of you, then let them do that. But you could also have a serious talk with them and everything, but just be careful with that person. Okay, number 9. These are the boy obsessors. These are the group of girls. Sometimes there's a group, sometimes there's just 1 or 2. It just depends. It's the people who are the ones who every 5 seconds they seem like they have a new boyfriend and they're like obsessing over them, but they just got them. So there's like that one girl who has this boyfriend. Let's name the boy Josh. I don't really know. Let's name the boy Josh. So she has Josh. So she's like talking about him all week long, and you're like, oh my gosh, can you just be quiet? I understand that you like him. Calm yourself. And then like 2 days later, she's talking about this new boy named, like, Drew. And she's talking about Drew like she talked about Josh, but they've only been together for, like, an hour and a half. How does that work? Like, that's not even anything. They're just hopping boy to boy to boy. Like, it's like a game to them. Like, they're just like, oh, look at that boy. Look at that boy. Ooh, ooh, yeah. Like, no, you don't do that to people. That is horrible. Like, just think about how those boys feel when you're just hopping around to boy and you have like 5 boys in like 2 days. That is not cool. Not cool at all. Don't do that. If you're doing that, I would recommend to stop now. Just stop it. Okay? Because that is not cool. Okay, this is the last one. Number 10. These are the bookworms. These are the people that every time you turn around, they are reading a new book. So one day, you'll ask your friend, hey, are you reading a book? What book is it? And they'll be like, oh yeah, I'm reading this book. It's like this long, Harry Potter. Yeah, that's what I'm reading. Next day, you'll ask them, hey, so what book are you reading? Like, are you still reading that book that you were reading yesterday? And they'll be like, oh no, I finished that yesterday. I finished it in like an hour. Yeah, I'm reading the 3rd one now. What? They read 2 Harry Potter books that are like that thick in like one day. Like, you're like, how is that even possible? How do you have time for that? How do you read that quick? How do you read those big, ginormous books? Like, what? Like, I like reading books. Like, I read books a lot, but I can't read them in that amount of time. I've only read 1 book in 1 day. That's like 1. I've never read like any other books in like a day. Other than that, my like book that's like I've read in like the shortest time, I read a book like this thick. It was Zoe Suggs' book, and I read it in a week because I absolutely loved it. If you haven't read that book, I totally recommend it. Totally. It's amazing. But, like, the bookworms, they just read books, like, every 5 minutes. They're reading a new book because they finished the other one in, like, 2 minutes. And you're like, how are you doing this? Like, you kind of think, are you even, like, getting schoolwork done? Are you eating food? Like, what's going on with that? But, I mean, in reality, they just read really fast, or they just like to read a lot. So, that's how I feel people at school are like. But there's tons more types of people at school. And if you have another person at school type of people, then, comment a type of person down below. And if you guys want me to do like a part 2, then tell me that. I don't really know. But there's tons more people at school. So, I hope you guys have a great day. I'm Julia, and I hope you have enjoyed this video. Bye, guys. Guys, it's Julia, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do because I just forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it's Julia, and I'm doing the types of people at school that do odd things, and where am I going with this? I don't know.